Check it. Oh, I think I got the fever. I'm heated. Pumping up the meter.
All right, cool. I'm in. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another PIPIN HOT podcast. I'm Faye.
I'm Tay.
And today...
Anime that we can't stop rewatching.
Hey?
How did he... What? That's my place. What's happening? How did I get here?
Wild.
Today we have a guest.
So another guest.
Clearly. I don't know. He's got magic or some shit.
Yeah.
But that's Mlungi. He has a... You're going to put his thing in the...
Yeah.
In the thingy. It's drummer. What is it? What's your handle?
It's the Ninja Drummer.
The Ninja Drummer. So he'll put that in the thing. You should totally check him out. He's pretty cool. Anyways, like he said, today we're talking about anime hot takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of.
Start us off with an anime hot take.
Start us off with an anime hot take.
So, like, it's mostly like anime that we just constantly rewatch. And then also anime that, like, we just refuse to rewatch again because it feels like we wasted time. So for me,
Wow,
like,
here we go.
Here we go. Let's get into it now.
I think one of the anime that, like, I just absolutely refuse to rewatch, and it just, like, it stole so much time of my life. It's probably, so it is Guilty Crown.
Oh, I hate that one so much.
I kind of, like, the first time you watch it, it slaps, you kind of don't know what's happening, and you're like, I want to see where this goes, and you watch it, and then that's it. Like,
I hate that show so much. You know what? That show starts so fire. It starts so good, and it just gets worse and worse. And by the time you're done at the end, you're like, okay.
And then?
What just happened? the main character, spoiler alert, but the main character...
Spoiler alert, this anime is like ages old. If you haven't watched it by now.
I mean...
yeah, I know. It's
you know? And like, it starts so good. The main character, he's a badass, you know, starts off as badass, gets his powers, you know, he's like the nerdy kid, gets his powers, becomes a badass, kind of becomes a tyrant. You're like, oh, this is okay. And then, like, it ends very bad for him. He doesn't get the girl, she dies. She loses an arm, so he's paraplegic, and he goes blind, and all his friends hate him.
I mean, he kind of wins, but at the worst
At, like,
possible
the cost
cost.
of everything.
in the worst way possible.
And it just ends there, and you're like, oh, that doesn't make me feel good at all. I didn't like that.
It's kind of like, you know, like when Goku just Shrek'd Frieza, except like Goku gave him the energy and Frieza managed to kill him. That's like the state that the guy winds up in.
Yeah, it's like you won, but at what cost? Like,
But at what cost? Was it worth it?
It's terrible. I'm never
Was it
watching that
worth
show
it?
again. I'm never watching that show again.
But like one that I cannot help but continuously rewatch. Parasite? No, Parasite the Maxim.
Parasite is pretty good.
Because
Actually.
like what happens is like I watch it, I'm like, oh, this slaps, and then like I forget it exists.
Yeah.
Until there's like a picture. I started watching it again last night.
It's good.
Whoa!
Because I was searching like just for stuff to watch on Netflix, and I saw like the live action, and I was like, oh cool, I'm not gonna watch that because I hate live action anime.
Yeah.
I do that with
Like,
Atlanta.
why? Okay, I kind of like the Bleach one, but that's because it was like memey.
Yeah.
Like it was really, there were good memes in
Bleach
it.
is my one that I can't
Yeah,
help
but it was
rewatch.
memey, but it wasn't.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I was like, cool, I'm back on the Parasite train. The intro slaps. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Like the glow up thing, although I'm starting to kind of hate the glow up thing in anime, where it's just like here's the regular guy doing the regular dude things. He's got powers now. He's hot now. Like it's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like that you can get all jacked up and full with the juice, but that doesn't mean your bone structure is gonna change.
Yeah.
No, I remember the first time I heard about that show, I didn't realize that they were the same character because I'd see scenes online. And then, like, when I watched it, I was like, oh. Because they don't look the same until, like, you watch the whole thing as one thing. I was going to say my one, because you brought it up. My one that I can't help but rewatch, but it's like it's anime very close to me, is Bleach. I love Bleach.
No, same. Like
It's so good, man.
So I constantly rewatch Bleach, but like I've got like a method.
Yeah.
When I really want to go for the long haul, I like there's all the filler in there.
Yeah.
But I have a list. I have an anti-filler list, so that like I can just speed run like the good story.
Same. I also feel you. I feel you. I did
Also,
the same
just
thing.
1,000-Year Blood War.
Ooh, so good.
It's so good. I love it. It
it's
feels
so
like
good.
everything for me is coming to fruition because I've read the whole manga.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
Solid
you,
stuff.
you know that scene from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood where DiCaprio's just like he's like pointing,
yeah.
like every time something happens in Blood War, that's me.
Yeah, I know, it's so good. I won't lie, I love Bleach. It's very, very. I mean, obviously like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't rewatched Dragon Ball Z, I feel like you haven't lived. To relive that nostalgia is so good.
You know, we were talking about that meme now. You're like, that was not me watching Attack on Titan because I read the manga and I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I watched the anime and I'm like, I still don't know what's going on.
That's a show I feel like I should.
I was like, let me wait for the anime. Maybe they'll spell it out a bit better. And I'm like, what's going on?
Probably not. No. My main takeaway from that whole show, it's the only piece that lives in my head rent free, is that Tatakai.
Honestly, that is an anime I would rewatch
lives in
again
my
and
head,
again. And
really.
again though. That is one of those ones I would rewatch because I feel like it's one of those ones you'll pick up something different every time.
Yeah.
Dude, but
And those are great. Ones that you can pick up something different every time you watch it is great.
Really fun, yeah.
But people
Great.
got so angry. Like, anime don't have to have good endings. Like, they
Yes.
don't have to have happy endings.
Yes, we don't all have to be like, wow, friendship and
The whole anime.
Yay.
Well, the whole anime. It's anime from now on.
enemy.
Enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, enemy.
The whole enemy.
It's basically about him losing his personality and his hope. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like going and like falling into this place where the only thing that he is what is he's determined to be like his purpose, right? Like typically when somebody gives up their entire life and everything they are for a purpose, it's not going to end happily. Like, why are people surprised by that?
It's not. I think it also teaches people that even if people have, I want to say, a redemption arc or something, doesn't necessarily mean they can be saved.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't
Yeah,
necessarily
no,
mean
true.
that they're now absolved of anything that's happened. And
No, I agree. Why I say Attack on Titan is much better at handling that ending, a bad ending, than like Guilty Crown, is mainly because they had that theme throughout the whole thing. Like the whole time
Bad
you're watching,
endings.
it's just not going well.
Yeah, bad
it's just
endings.
going bad from the moment the show starts. Just going from bad to worse.
we're like, oh, you're the main character. Okay, toughest
Yeah.
life. Here we go.
Yeah, it's just so hard for the poor.
I know you specifically will hate this. All right, but Darling in the Franxx does that really well.
Oh yeah.
I love that anime. But part of it's so goofy. I don't know if you
I
watched
only
it.
know the goofy part of it.
Same,
I haven't
yeah.
watched, but I only ever seen the
So
goofy part.
it's like, I mean, it's like part harem, part like Gundam.
Okay.
There's monsters and there's there's like the weird aliens. Like in Kill la Kill,
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's like
Kill
the
was
weird
That was
alien.
wild.
That was a wild
I think
ride.
it's the same. It's the same studio as far as I
Is it?
know.
That explains a lot.
And the
I wonder,
tech,
watching Kill la Kill feels like you're on a field trip.
but it's like the waifu that everybody loves. Like
That's
like,
the only thing I used to
so
call
she
from
makes a
really.
great sacrifice and is fighting this eternal battle or some stuff. Like it's been a while since I watched it, but they also handled the really unsatisfactory ending really well.
Oh, yeah?
Like you get the whole anime where the guy gets the waifu. Like
Which is, I
so
would
now
say
that's
every
not the
anime.
end goal. Usually
Yeah.
you watch 2 seasons for that to come to fruition. You got it. You got it in the 3rd episode. Be happy.
You're not gonna get
Now
it
be
in.
sad at the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really nice when they do stuff. There was
Yeah.
one I watched. I remember a friend back in the day really didn't like this anime, but I loved it, even though it ended really sad. I really liked Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, no, I love that anime.
It was it was
I think-
brutal the way it ended, Shane, but it was so much fun to watch. It was exciting. It was you just get into it. You
I
know?
have a controversial but brave thing to say.
Yeah.
Huh?
Older animes are better than the new
They are.
animes.
Yes. So I think that's not necessarily true.
Not necessarily.
Here's why. If an anime has 24 episodes, I know that I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
I know that it's going to be somewhat well written.
It's like straight to the point. It's very like
I mean, Guilty Crown. Like sometimes you get like those ones that are like, but like you're gonna get like a nice conclusion. You're gonna get
A
to
nice
know the
story.
characters. The
Yes.
story's gonna be nice and
Yes.
packed in, and you understand what's happening, and you're going through the motions with the characters.
yeah. I felt that way.
But also like Cowboy Bebop fire.
I mean, Cowboy
Right,
Bebop.
Cowboy
dude.
Bebop.
Oh, I felt that way that you're describing to me. I always say that that's why it's such a great anime.
Yeah.
Is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I love that show because it had a beginning, a middle, an end, and it's just so. From the moment you start watching, you feel okay. This is going to be a journey, and it's going to end. And
So
it's great.
I feel like a bot with that. So I've watched Full Metal Alchemist. I think it's good. I don't like it.
Oh, I loved it.
And it's funny because my partner loves it, and I'm just like, cool, you could watch it, my guy.
But which one? Because it was two. There was.
I watched all of them, but then like comparatively, and this is like really funny. Like, I love Hellsing. Like, I really
I was
love
just
Hellsing.
gonna bring up Hellsing.
But like, remember when we had Animax?
Yes.
Right. So Animax
We were
was like there's this it's DSTV, and then they made an anime channel.
We were robbed.
We were robbed.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, right? Back in the day when we didn't stream stuff and we used to watch things on TV, there was a channel on DSTV. DSTV, for those of you who might be watching out of the country.
It's cable.
It's basically
Yeah, it's cable.
It's cable.
satellite, no?
Well, yeah, it's satellite.
Satellite,
It's
yeah.
satellite, but I guess it would be like equivalent to American cable in terms of the
Yeah, 'cause you still have
variety.
to
I
pay
guess
for it,
so,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like a satellite TV that we have here in South Africa called DSTV,
Wild.
and they had a channel called Animax, right? And they used to have all the anime on there. Back then, we didn't even know what anime was.
I mean-
they had Witchblade on there.
Oh,
I mean, they had intense animes
Which
on
is also
Animax.
like wild. Like they let us watch Witchblade.
That's not like-
I think Gans was on there at one point.
They- Yes, they
watched,
did.
I watched Inuyasha on there, bro.
Oh,
They had
Inuyasha was
intense
so good.
stuff
I guess
on
South
Animax.
African people, like the South African public, did not know what anime was, so they're like, "Oh, it's all kids' cartoons."
They were
Yeah, they didn't know. They had no idea.
That was the era of animes for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so good. I loved it. I think I also watched the first time I watched Rurouni Kenshin. I watched it on there as well.
Oh yeah.
I say that, but you know what? For my first anime, proper anime, I want to say outside of like Pokemon or Dragon Ball stuff like that. First anime I proper watched was Chrono Crusade,
Oh,
and I don't know if you realize how fan servicey that anime
It
is
really-
for
it really
for
was.
an 11-year-old to be watching as their first anime.
It really was. Oh my days.
What was I saying? All right, Animax. So Helsing, the first Helsing, not Helsing
Not
Ultimate.
Hellsing
Yeah,
Ultimate,
yeah.
yeah.
So I kind of love it because like
love the Hellsing.
the soundtrack in the first Helsing, even though like the ending was kind of whack and they kind of didn't stick to the original Helsing story, we got it anyway. So like, who actually cares?
Yeah.
That soundtrack. Why did they not put that soundtrack in Helsing Ultimate?
I don't know.
Why didn't we have evil smooth jazz in Helsing Ultimate? Right?
don't know.
We had vampire. He's a werewolf that was actually a werewolf. Alucard just being a complete troll. Where's my jazz, man?
I won't lie.
Like, for real.
Hellsing was iconic. There's a lot of, you know what the thing is about older animes is that they had a certain 90s style to them.
Yes,
yeah.
I think the style is also
And they were
very
iconic,
a lot
like-
There was something
better.
about the color. It wasn't so clean, but it was like
wasn't-
vibrant.
yes.
Yeah,
was-
it feels like you're watching.
It almost
a film.
felt noisy, but not
Like
because it was
film
poor
grain.
quality.
Yeah.
For those of you who
Yeah.
are gamers, if you've ever tried switching off and on film grain on a game, it's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Except, like, you always switch the film grain off.
You
'cause
always- yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the video games, it's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
awful. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I really like the older ones. One of my old favorites is, you guys remember Cyborg 009?
Ooh.
Some really classics
No.
like that. That one was fun. Really,
I've
really
never watched
stupid
that.
premise, but so much fun.
I mean, another good one was Trigun.
Oh, Trigun was
Oh yeah, the
good.
Trigun always slaps because it's like really goofy. I'm trying to think. So there's you'll laugh at this one. You'll both laugh at this
I'm
one.
ready.
Is this one that you would rewatch?
This is what I would rewatch, but you're both gonna laugh. For it's an inside joke, but like Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay, look.
Let me tell you, I struggled to finish Tokyo Ghoul the first time.
Every time I hear the intro,
This guy was obsessed.
I just remember annoying the shit of you guys.
Every day.
With that intro. Because it's so funny, but here's one of the reasons why I can't stop rewatching it. At the end of the first season, like, it's kind of sad, it's kind of cool, right? This, like, resolution. And it's, like, heartfelt and uplifting and also kind of horrifying. And then they start playing that song. like while, like, you're going from the end of the episode into the credits. And like it's too funny. Like it's
just-
too funny to not
yes.
watch again for me. And
I won't.
I don't think most people watch Tokyo Ghoul for the funnies, and I think a lot of people hated the anime, but I love it so much, and part of it is like there's just so much meme in there.
I won't lie.
Truly.
Genuinely, I think the best thing that came out of that anime was that song.
Facts.
So I'm not a huge
Dude,
Ghoul fan.
there's an intro from the second season that is like crazy good.
Is it?
But and it's completely left field. It's not even like a rock kind of thing. It's like this wild kind of like super fast paced, piano piece with like a little bit of
that's nice.
electronic in it, a bit of vocals. It's like very cool, and like the intro is super artsy.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. I like ones that have those artsy, like, endings and openings. Have you guys seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah.
This is the one ending from like the first season.
Or where they're like dancing. Like, dude, yeah.
Lost in Paradise. And like I love that one so much because like it's such a heavy episode,
And then they just like
guy just died or something, and it's like and I'm like, yeah.
And it just snaps. It's like, hey, I just remember seeing that guy like jamming in the previous episode at the end, like he's wearing a nice suit, and now he's in half.
And now he's in half. I love that one so much. It made me laugh. I was like, this is so quality.
So speaking of characters, being cut in half. So if you haven't read the manga, I'm not going to spoil the anime for you, but there's a character everyone loves. They're going to get cut in half. My partner saw the manga spoiler, and they have decided that they will not be watching the next season of Jujutsu Kaisen with me.
It's a very trauma-filled anime. Yeah. But I don't know, I like it a lot. It's giving Bleach, bro.
It is giving Bleach. It does give Bleach.
My problem, though, is it's got, like, shonen on steroids.
Yo, on steroids.
It's like, how jacked can every character be? Like, and like, just for like context, Vegeta got so jacked that he got a new neck, right?
Yes.
Right?
Dude.
Like that's happening in Jujutsu Kaisen, but with magic. Like, it feels a little bit like it's so cool and shit, but it's like, sometimes I'm like, wait, so there's people that have cool magic and it's magic, and there's people that have cool magic, but they can just punch you really hard.
They
and
can
like
box, yeah.
And it's like, is there actually power scaling? It seems like everybody's locked in from the start.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it would spoil things for us if we knew everything.
I think so.
Like, if we knew exactly how the system worked.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like guys punch each other powers. How do we get there?
Yeah.
I think it's very shonen in that element. You're right, because like sometimes when you explain stuff, it takes away the brilliance of it, because sometimes you need that mystery to be like, this is so cool, but I have no idea why, I think I'm going to go back to Avatar. I love Avatar so much. That's one I'll rewatch.
What Last Airbender?
Last Airbender.
I watch it every year. Every year I watch that.
I'm currently rewatching Legend of Korra, and
so
I know you say it's not one of your favorites, but I genuinely like it as much as I like.
It's good.
Last
Look,
Airbender.
it's not bad. It's good. I just like the other one more. That's a me thing.
Legend of Korra is kind of growing on me.
It's good.
I didn't like it at the start. Like,
First
I
watch,
didn't
you don't really get into it.
I didn't like Korra for her flaws, and then I was like, I'm a hypocrite, because the reason we love Aang and the reason we love, especially the reason we love Sokka, is because of his flaws.
Because of
Right?
his flaws.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, 100%. I do love Korra, so don't get me wrong. Whenever people are like, but it's not as good. It's not that it's not as good. It's great.
It's good in a different way.
Yeah, it's just that I like the original one more. But that's a me thing. That's not an it thing. It's still fantastic.
It's just good in a different way.
I still loved watching it, and I still rewatch it as well. But that one I'll rewatch.
Last Airbender was longer, huh? Was it?
It wasn't.
Was it a book 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3?
No, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
And I think Korra was 4 books.
Korra was
4 books.
It only feels longer because it's one long story.
Because
It's one long
story,
yeah, it is one long story.
4 different stories.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And also there was a bit of, they both have a time skip where the Avatar kind of gets wrecked and messed up by like some big bad villain. Huh?
Yeah, but I feel like that happens at least once in every book for Korra.
Yeah.
Once in every book she has an episode or two where she's like, okay, guys, wait.
100%.
But
I
I mean,
need to recharge.
isn't that good though? Because like she has to struggle with like the dangers of the world she's in, but at the same time she's also having to struggle with the legacy of Aang.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally, because of what Aang did, he was like the most impactful Avatar. So now they have this expectation that she's basically got to fix the world while like they've pretty much fixed the world. And she does, but for some reason people discount that she connected the human and the spirit world.
Yeah.
Like,
no, look, she's a badass.
Considering
she's
she
very
didn't
cool.
have any spiritual connection at all.
She struggled a lot
big
with her
thing.
spiritual connection. Something that Aang excelled in.
Yeah.
And she struggled. Look, I
But
like.
I mean, Korra excels at violence.
But
the other
her
thing,
hands rated E for
She
everybody.
shows violence.
She just want to hit shit.
Korra had something interesting though, because usually like benders will struggle to, like avatars struggle to learn the opposite element to their original one, right?
Yeah.
So like Aang, like firebending was a bit whack for him.
Yeah.
She struggled
But
with
like
air, I think.
Korra struggled with airbending, but that's technically the closest for her because she's a waterbender.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I find that cool that there's this journey of her finding piece in order to airbend, because with every other element she wasn't bending peacefully.
Yes.
So it's like she could do the motions and the movements, but there was a whole part of her that like she was not tapped into and ignoring.
Yeah, she had to really, really like look into herself.
I know for Aang it was because it was, I want to say, I mean, firebending, you kind of have to have a little bit of anger in you to sort of make that work. And I know it's also like, I want to say almost an opposite as well. But I know for Korra, Tenzin did say it will be hard for you because it's the most opposite to your personality.
Your personality, yeah. She was a very abrasive, impulsive person.
And she is a sturdy character and stuff like that. But she's,
she struggled to go with the flow. She was very against the grain, yeah.
And people say like Avatar isn't like an anime. It's not even a hot take. It is. Come on, like it has it has DBZ impact on us. At that point, it's an anime. Like you can give it like the honorary like university diploma for like
absolutely
it's in there. The other thing is like people don't like this, but Aang was kind of a coward.
He was afraid.
And
he was afraid a lot of the time.
And I feel like people don't mention that to Korra. Like people are like, you don't have to be scared, but like they never like it. It's okay to be scared. Aang was scared all the time.
Yeah, he was a kid.
Aang was scared all the time. And I think, it's easy for us to remember that because Aang comes across as a kid. But Korra is a lot older. She's still a teenager, I think.
Yeah, I think she's
But you forget
17,
that,
16,
when
17.
you're 17, you still don't know. You're still scared of everything.
I mean, that's probably even scarier. And like...
Because people expect you not to be.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to show that you're scared because everyone's like, be an adult.
And she had
be an adult.
And because I think also it's gonna sound a little bit mean, but like not mean. It's just gonna sound very like sexist or whatever. But it's because also she was a female, so she had this thing where she had to show how tough she was. All
she
the
can't
time.
show weakness.
She couldn't because people would take advantage of her, and she was like, absolutely not. I will not roll over for you, and I will show you that I will not roll over for you. So she had to always be extremely, extremely tough all the time. Yeah.
But I think also that is just Korra, because like we've seen those muscles. She can functionally just dome anyone.
Yeah, she had
like
100%.
Like if there wasn't bending in that world, I think like the boulder would be like a problem for her or something like that, right? But like. She's just tough, dude.
Girl was tough.
She was just built
She
like
was
that.
strong. She was very strong. I think she was like Aang was very talented and he was a very powerful bender. But that girl was strong, like physically strong. She could take a hit. You know what I mean? Like that girl was no joke.
Only person I feel like is a genuine challenge in terms of like the pure stubbornness of strength is like Toph. Dude.
No, Toph was-
Like Toph's just such a meme. Like,
she never lost a fight.
Like that.
That's wild.
She lost against Aang purely because she couldn't see him.
Yeah, and had no experience,
airbending, and she couldn't see it.
And no experience against airbending. After that, she kind of just rolled
She
it.
wrecked him. She was like, okay, noted.
She was like, alright, okay, we're gonna see.
Like
we're
Toph,
gonna see.
She was the I'd win.
Yeah, she was the
in Avatar.
100%.
I think if I had an Avatar hot take is that I think it slept upon how incredibly brilliant that show was, to the point where like my hot take would be that I would tell that story to my kids if I ever have kids, like a storybook.
Sit
it was
down.
So
we're gonna make you watch something.
it was so good. It was so.
Is that
so
a hot
good.
take or just taking the W?
I don't
Like
know. I think it's taking a W. I think
that's
so
the win,
good.
man.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's really, really, really well written. It feels like a storybook when you're watching it. It's so brilliant. So brilliant. Definitely one of my ones I rewatch every year.
Although I do have a problem with Avatar, like, and they even bring it up in the show. Like, did Jet die?
Yeah, the guy just died.
Like, because
I was like, it wasn't actually clear.
Because what was it, Fire Island Players?
The Ember Island players.
Ember Island Players. Like, even there, Sokka's like, did he die? And it's like, it's pretty vague.
Very unclear. Yeah.
No.
I won't lie though. They took on death hectically well in Korra. Like people just
People did actually die.
died, and you were like, oh, like it was not pretty. Like the one lady, that lady with the water arms.
Oh, the water. She just gets electrocuted.
She got fried. Bro.
That was my favorite thing, dude. Like, Team Avatar just, like, casually kills people
And
all
I
the
was
time.
like, damn, Marco, you fried this woman alive, dude. And then the other lady with the sparky boom.
I was
Please.
just gonna say the Sparky Boom Boom lady.
Her own face.
But I feel like that wasn't intended. I think So she wanted to prevent her
From using
She
it.
wanted to deter her from using it,
And then she ended up
it was
killing
just
her.
it was just like poor timing.
Poor timing.
But also we got to see our man fly,
Yeah.
which
So
sucks because like then he was actually like untethered from all earthly things.
Yeah. That was brutal. Watching them die was just like, holy crap.
Yeah, but that one, that don't let your kids watch Avatar.
Yeah.
That part, dude. Like that part, like was actually genuinely shocking.
That was genuinely like, wow,
I was so
guys.
shook. I was like, okay. Let me just pause that for a minute. I need to go like get some air or something. It was very intense. I won't lie. It was very intense.
I'm trying to think of what anime as well. Like I can't just stop rewatching.
I really have you gone on a rewatch binge of like Studio Ghibli movies?
Yes. So
Those are
actually, well,
timeless.
not really. I went on a binge of watching Ghibli movies I hadn't watched. I hadn't watched Ponyo.
You hadn't watched Ponyo?
Yeah, and then
It's
my
great.
partner was like, let's watch Ponyo. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Watch it. I was like, cool, let's watch it again right now.
Yeah.
It's vibes. I think I've watched
so
Howl's
cute.
Castle at least like 5 times.
I can probably recite Spirited Away word for word,
For me, that's
shot by shot.
For me, that's Princess
now.
Mononoke.
Oh, what a good movie.
What a brilliant movie, though.
Like-
brilliant
Ooh, what a
movie.
good movie.
I can't stop
A movie-
every single moment.
Okay, we want to talk anime movies that brilliant. I'd never watch again. Grave of the Fireflies.
I mean, obviously though, because that's like, hey,
Grave of the
hey
Fireflies,
kids,
but-
do you want to be
Yeah, I'm
traumatized
not watching it.
again?
I'm not watching. You know what's okay?
But such an impactful story, though. So, and they did it so beautifully.
The thing is, with anime movies, I won't lie, they do try and make you feel a lot.
Another one I wouldn't watch is Wolf Children because I cried in Wolf Children.
We got the
I watched it
visual.
twice.
We've got like the manga.
I cried.
I
I
watched it
cried.
2 times.
I'd never do it again.
Your Name.
I cried, and I so
Your Name
badly
was
want to
so
watch
good.
Your Name again because it was such a pretty movie. But
Also-
I bawled my eyes in the cinema, in public. I bawled my
because
eyes.
of Your Name, I couldn't watch Suzume.
Yes, and Weathering with You.
I couldn't.
I haven't
I
watched
only-
either of those.
I won't
I
even-
was so in pain. I was like, no, not again.
I won't even touch The Girl Who Lived Through Time.
No.
I won't even touch
No.
it.
I think I've watched it. I'm not, but like long.
I'll never watch
ago.
The Girl Who Left the Time.
I'll never watch anime movies again unless
so
I know
hard
they
to
like
watch.
Ponyo or cute things like that. Never.
Dude, even
Never.
though they
Can't happen.
decanonized a couple of them, the Bleach movies slapped.
Oh, the Bleach
See,
movies.
those I can
slap.
do.
Like the two Hyoimarus. Like
Oh,
that was cool.
That
man.
was so good. My favorite.
That
one
was depressing, though.
I really liked the Hell's chapter one.
Oh yeah.
The one where they followed that.
What's it? The Bants or is it that one?
No. They kidnapped his sister or something, and they went to hell. And they
Oh.
that one was so intense. And he also goes like full hollow as well. I thought that one was so good. I really liked that. And but there was one that I'm not going to rewatch again. Memories of Nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it again.
Yo, that was depressing, but also very confusing.
It was
There
so
was like so
depressing.
much shit happening at the same time.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, oh, thank goodness. No,
Don't watch. For reference, they meet this spirit. That's a what you call a soul reaper.
Hold this quickly.
Sure, no problem. It's a soul reaper.
time for the
It's time to drink.
It's a Red Bull makes you what? Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Nudge, Red Bull. You can always sponsor. Anyway, side note. That Memories of a Nobody. Oh my gosh. Memories of a Nobody is about a soul reaper or Shinigami that was never meant to exist.
Yeah, she technically doesn't exist.
So throughout the entire story, she slowly just vanishes, and
Why?
and it's called Memories of a Nobody because they all forget about her,
Yeah, and she like.
and they remember something, but they can't remember what it was about.
Yeah, and like
no.
she doesn't know about her past, but she's like she knows everything about being a Shinigami. She like. It's like for all intents and purposes, she's so real. She's more real than most of the characters.
It was
in
so
Bleach
painful to
because
watch.
You can really, she's actually like a really character, like a really easy to be invested in character.
Yeah, 100%. It was difficult.
Well, I guess maybe that's at Memories of the Nobody. It's like she's in our memory and no one else. In the
and
show.
no one else.
So I mean, maybe I'm reading too deep there.
No, I think you're right. I'm not gonna rewatch that one. That's for sure.
I think a movie I enjoy and is definitely one of my favorites, but I have to be in the right headspace for is Perfect Blue.
I hate that one.
I love it so much, but I have to be in the right headspace to watch that movie. I have to.
It's one of those movies I watched and I was like, I wasted time.
I've wasted time. I was gonna say I agree with you, but I don't like it so much. That one was intense. A movie.
I mean, like, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? Like, because, like, just
I get it's not everybody's. I get it's not everybody's, and it wasn't mine for a long time until I rewatched it when I was older, and I was like, okay, I get it.
I don't know. I'm
get
scared
it.
to rewatch that movie. I don't want.
I get it. Back then I was like, ugh, what an ugly character. Ugh, why is he there? Ugh, you know. So I get it. Back then I was like,
have you guys watched Ninja Kamen?
Not yet. Is it good?
So I did like it. It's giving me problems, okay? Because first, it's
the fact
like
that you hesitated so long.
it feels like. So I think it's probably the same guys that did Afro Samurai,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
right? So like already on the visual scale, slaps. But like, it's getting to a point where there's a little bit of like Gundam-y stuff happening, like a little ninja mech suit kind of.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's just like
That's a little unexpected.
all the ninja are so jacked. Like, do we need the mechs?
Yeah.
Like, do we? Because like, it's like, oh no, they've got mechs, and then immediately afterwards they start getting a mech going for the main character who is already OP as hell. Sorry, already like super OP, right? And now they're gonna give him like the strongest ninja suit, and it's like, dude, I watched this guy like kill 20 guys with a pole.
Yeah,
Like-
that's really
like,
needed.
We don't need to add fucking ninja mechs to this.
Yeah, no, I haven't watched.
Like, I feel
yet.
like that's gonna be the downfall of the show for me. Is that like they're
going overboard.
like, why did you do this?
Oh yeah. No, I haven't watched that yet. I do have a movie. I don't know how you guys feel about this because it's the classic Pokemon Digimon debate. Because the Pokemon movies are fire. I rewatched them all. There's one Digimon movie that I rewatched like
The first one.
the first
The
one.
first. Okay, the first one.
It's so and in English as well. I didn't even watch
the
it
first
in
one's
Japanese,
fire.
and it's
It
so
slaps.
much fun to watch. But like afterwards, you're like, that was cool. I've wasted time. But then you will rewatch it again.
Yes, and you were like, but I won't waste this time again willingly.
I've watched like one episode of Digimon. I thought the toys were cool.
The toys were
Actually,
fire.
I've watched a bunch of Digimon, but it's Digimon abridged.
Yes.
You know what? Digimon is a very weird show because you're talking about these like weird monsters that exist only in digital worlds and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
they evolve very weirdly. Like a guy will evolve from like a dinosaur to like a mecha Chevrolet or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A mecha-
It's weird. There's a dragon that's made solely out of guns, and I think he's like got revolvers
Dude, there
everywhere.
was one thing I saw where there's like this like little purple cat thing, and then it evolved into like this woman,
Yeah. Angel woman.
And Angel Woman.
and I was like,
How? Make it make sense.
they ain't got no business putting a character that like the confusing sexy character in show I watch as child. Firstly, but
Extremely.
also, like,
Yeah.
why was it a cat at the start? Well, I don't know if it was a cat. It's been
It
so
was a
long.
cat.
Was
It was a
was a
cat.
cat.
It was a cat.
It's like
Cat-like.
No, it was a cat.
I'm pretty sure it was a
It
cat.
was a cat that walked on two legs and she had boots.
and there was,
Yes,
like,
the boots. I remember those
there was
boots.
like one dude that became like a close on a biblically accurate angel. He was like a lion angel thing. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like some dude at the start.
Yeah, no, it's a very weird show.
Yeah,
It's like just
no.
some guy.
It's a very weird show. It doesn't know what it wants to be, but it's
It's one
fun
of those
to watch.
shows that as long as you don't question it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, it's very fun to watch. It's very, very fun to watch. And I really, really love that first movie so much. That one was so cool.
Here's a hot take.